Okay, we're going to continue with writing questions or creating questions in the present simple, but this time with those WH question words. So you'll remember, hopefully you've learned these before, about the WH question words. We've got who for a person, what for usually for a thing or an idea, when we're talking about a time, where for a place, why for a reason, how when I'm talking about the quality of something. And another one I want you to know is how long, so the duration of something. So I want you to look at some of these questions. The first one I have is, who do you sit next to at lunch? If I say to you, who do you sit next to at lunch? Okay. I'm talking about you, right? And so you're going to say, I sit next to someone, right? And that someone is the object of the sentence. So you are the subject, I am the subject, right? I sit next to my friends at lunch. I sit next to Mary at lunch. So look at what we do again. Who do you sit next to at lunch? This do is my helping verb, and it tells me that I'm talking about the present tense. Okay? And of course, I use the base verb for sit. So who do you sit next to at lunch? Okay? Look at the next one. What does she like to do for fun? What does she like, not likes, because of does. What does she like to do for fun? Now the answer is going to be something like this. She likes, she likes, she likes to go swimming for fun. She likes to lift weights for fun. Right? She likes to hike Camelback Mountain for fun. Okay? Look at the next one. When do they wake up every morning? Or you could say, what time or at what time do they wake up every morning? When do they wake up every morning? When do they wake up every morning? Okay, so you've got wake up as my verb. It's actually called a phrasal verb because of the word up. So it's actually a two-part verb. Okay? And it's the base verb. I'm not going to say when do they waking up or when do they wakes up. When do they wake up every morning? They wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. Okay, look at the next one. Where does he live? Where does he live? I'm not going to say where does he lives because I've already got my S right here. Where does he live? Now for my answer, I'm going to say he lives. He lives. He lives in Phoenix. He lives at Thomas and 15th Avenue. Okay? Look at the next one for a reason. Why does the teacher, now the teacher, what's the pronoun for the teacher? Well, maybe he, maybe she, right? Why does the teacher give us tests? So it's the base verb, even though it's the teacher. I'm not going to use an S here. My S is right here with does. Okay, look at the next one. How do you say please? How do you say please in Swahili? How do you say please in Swahili? Tafasari. Okay, how do you say please? Right? So I'm asking a question, um, asking for a demonstration, basically, right? Look at the next one. How long do you exercise every day? How long do you exercise every day? Okay, so I'm asking for the duration. I exercise for 1 hour every day. I don't exercise every day, maybe, right? Now, there's a different kind of question, and I want you to notice the difference, okay? So we saw, like this one up here, who do you sit next to at lunch, right? I sit next to someone, right? I sit next to my friend at lunch. But we also have these who questions that don't have a helping verb. They don't have do or does. So look at this one. Who knows the answer? So if I'm teaching a room full of students and I say, okay, everyone, what's 2 plus 2? Anyone? Who knows the answer? Who knows the answer? Okay, so I'm using the third person singular. Okay? And I can replace who with a name. So Johnny knows the answer. Mary knows the answer. Maria knows the answer. Who knows the answer? Okay? Look at this next one. Who wants to go home? I can replace who with a name, right? Abdul wants to go home, right? Johnny wants to go home. Okay, look at the next one. Who lives in Phoenix? Who lives in Phoenix? Kevin lives in Phoenix. Alexandra lives in Phoenix, right? So I'm still using the third person singular, even though it could be many people. Okay, who lives in Phoenix? Okay, and so the answer can replace the word who. Okay. I can also use this with a negative. Who doesn't speak Spanish? In this room, who doesn't speak Spanish? Well, Sapar doesn't speak Spanish, and Mohammed doesn't speak Spanish, right? Okay. We can also do the same thing with the word what. But it was harder for me to come up with examples for this one. So, what happens every Friday at school? What happens? What happens? Something happens. What happens every Friday at school? The teacher gives us a test, right? The teacher throws a party. Something happens. Okay. What happens when it rains in Phoenix? People get in accidents. They're not very good drivers here in Phoenix. They don't know how to drive in the rain. Okay. Look at the next one. What day comes after Monday? What day comes after Monday? So I can replace what day with the answer, which is Tuesday. Tuesday comes after Monday. All right, my friends, keep learning.